Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. I'm diving back into Everdome today. Now, if you've been watching my previous videos, you will know that we was talking about some sort of descending level of resistance. We was holding this level of support here, roughly, okay, for Everdome. And this is on the 4-hour time frame, by the way. So you're coiling up between support, resistance, support, the support and resistance between the daily, the 4-hour 20 EMA here, sorry, this yellow line, the 4-hour 20. We were stuck coiling between that, creating lower highs for ourselves, okay? And we basically got to a squeezing point within this triangle, and we lost it as support and have come down since, okay? Now, has the technical target been met? I will look quickly. So we're going to go from there to there, okay, from the resistance point to the... Now what you can see here, that basically the target has been met, okay, of this pattern. So this breakdown target of this horizontal descending triangle, whatever you want to call it, was down to this line here, okay, and that's basically where we fall into now. Hence why when you got down there, you can see that you had a wick back up, but still you're looking to come back and retest it, potentially on the smaller time frames. You can see that the RSI is really oversold here. And at these sort of points, you do tend to get some sort of relief back up to this 20 as that's coming down on you. But again, you could just do some sort of pattern where you coil up with the 20 as it comes down. And if you can't break above again, you're going to look for you might come into a similar pattern right here, and you're going to look for further downside, okay? So it's just tumbling and tumbling and tumbling on the smaller time frames. This is on the 4-hour. But the technical target of this pattern has been met. I'm expecting to see some sort of support here, whether it comes up and just decides to attack this 20 again as it comes down with the 55, it's all a play, but again, it's just not looking too good. Bitcoin has lost support. Bitcoin's down, I think, where are we right now? Let me have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's currently down 7% today. It's taken a bit of a tumble. So, it's not just Dome that's having this sort of rollover in the past couple of days. This is back on the daily time frame. It's not just Dome. There are other projects as well. But looking at the daily here, what you can see, just a notable pattern, okay, is since going back all the way to last year, okay? So let me sort that out. Since, losing this foundational support here we had for ourselves, okay, we was coiling up again in a very similar pattern to what we've done down here, just on a smaller time frame, okay? What you can see is that Dome was just holding this support, okay? And within this, you was holding EMAs, okay? But you had a death cross here on the daily, okay? We had a death cross, okay, where the red 55, sorry, the yellow 20 came under the red 55. Again, if I just zoom in a little bit more, you'll see it. Right here, you have the death cross, okay? And since that point, one notable thing is Everdome has only retested the daily 55 2 times, okay? And since it's been rejected, so basically, look, you came under this EMAs, okay, look, you're under the 20, you came up, retested the 55 once, you lost it again, came up, and you retested it again twice, okay? And since that point of contact, Everdome hasn't tested the 55 since. Okay, it's been stuck under the 20. So we've gone from being stuck under the red to now stuck under the yellow. And as this pressure comes down, you can see the distance gets further between both of these EMAs. Your price compression is getting squished. Okay, and we're being forced to sort of come down on our heads. So until anything on the daily, okay, until these EMAs basically on the daily time frame, until these EMAs start to bottom out and start to get a bit of a turn here, potentially if you start to come up and do something like this into the end of 2022, what you could see Everdome do is just potentially stay under it until that happens, and that's not even a potential until you start getting back over it and tackling levels of resistance above yourself, but until that happens, we are in a bad place. Until Bitcoin and the markets find some sort of foundation, and when the bull run resumes and people start talking about the metaverse and NFTs and other bits and bobs that are going on all around, everyone's hyped about and trying to make money off. Until that happens, I fear for projects like Dome and for other projects, the Symbiotic project with Hero as well, and just smaller alts. If you look at, this is Nervous Network, for example, CKB. Look, it's down to levels it's never been at before. So it's not just Dome. There's a lot of projects that are taking humongous hits, 94, 95%, and this is normal within a bear market. But guys, you need to focus on the fundamentals. I believe the metaverse will be something. I believe VR and all these sorts of things I think they will be a massive part of some sort of industry, whether it's gaming, whatever it may be. Okay, but these things take time. They take years to develop, and Everdome is one of those projects as well. You know, it's not rushing to completion. It's taking its time and doing what it needs to do. Okay. But it is scary. It is scary, very, 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 very scary. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, this is on the weekly time frame. You just need to look at how impulsive Everdome moved within the first 2 to 3 weeks of its inception. Okay, and then you know, it seemed a good time up here, but this should have just been complete top. Oh my God, I need to start thinking about taking money out. You know, and I only heard about Everdome, I think, when Everdome was around these sort of prices, and I've bought in since then. I've been holding and staking. Okay, so I'm currently down myself, guys, roughly around like 90% on my original investments and my staking rewards. But it is what it is, you know. I'm in for a year. I have no choice now. So for me, it's on a personal level, it's just what it is, and just have to continue holding on for dear life. But guys, yeah, as I've said, look, this impulsive move was going to be some massive drawdown, okay? And potentially, you could even, you know, I've seen some sort of projects come up like this in a bull run and come all the way back down until, you know, until the next bull picks up, and that's it. And then whether a decent project or not was whether they come back up to their all-time highs. So we're soon to be tested in the future. In the short term, I still think, you know, looking at this chart, I still think there's more downside. I really do. It's just in free fall. You can see that it comes down in a big wave, stays up for a little bit, rejection, comes down for a big wave. It might come up here, stay up for a little bit, and rejection. You know, it could just, you know, I still think there's potential downside, you know, until at least on the daily time frame, at least you see this 20 start to come anywhere near the 55, at least until these EMAs come together. Because they could just continue to split down, okay? Continue to split down. If they do that, your price action is just going to be compressed, very, very compressed. So it's a lot on the line here, you know. And these are very testing waters, but it is what it is. We have to take it for what it is. We have to look at the charts and look at the data, what they're telling us. And you know, right now, I do think in the short term, support might be hold here, and we might start to do something, just crawl sideways maybe whilst this comes down, or sort of get some sort of relief, but. You know, until Bitcoin makes its mind up on what it wants to do overall, a lot of altcoins aren't going to be showing much strength, okay? So, yeah, guys, that's a quick update on Everdome. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care.